These guys are just about finished up with practice. Get qualifying underway here. Look at that beautiful 48 machine here today. Looking sharp, looking nice, looking fly. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Kyle Westwood out there doing things many dare to do. Many people dare to do here. Whoa, he's messing up the moneymaker there. These guys are gonna go on out and put some qualifying laps down. See who's gonna be the fastest guy out here in the NSRL today. I'll be back with you in just a couple of moments here. Watch these guys throw it down for qualifying. What's going on, Bill? Doing all right today. How are you? It's Tanner Thues on the top spot at the moment with a 19.771. Rick Helms, Kyle Westwood, Mike Jamison, and Todd Liston round out the top 5 here in this one. Roy Crocker putting it into P3 now. A little under 3 minutes remain in this qualifying session here. These guys will get it underway here in just a few minutes, just a couple minutes here. These guys will be nailing it out and throwing it down here, Martinsville. A little short track action. Gotta love it. You gotta love the good old short track fun. How's everybody doing out there? Is Tanner Thues still out in that top spot, but Josh Wong now pulling it into P2 with a 19.809. Let's watch his second run here. Gets a little loose going into the turns. You're gonna back it off. I don't think he's going to top that last time. He does not, so he'll sit in P2 still. Dave Hunt now out on the track.
What the hell, Tanner?
Watch that 53.
I didn't think that lap was that good.
The Squirrel! He'll be running tonight. Look out for him. He'll try to find that winner circle there with the Monsters of Dirt. See if he can get that done. I think that's 9. That is 9 p.m. CWTV's got a full day today as Dave Hunt in that first lap, putting it into second there over Mr. Wong. Let's see what he can do in this second lap here. Can he get it there to the top of the board? No. Going to keep it in that second place now and see if the other 3 here will put down a lap with the remaining 40 seconds we got out here. think that's gonna be the grid tonight. It's Tanner Thues, Dave Hunt, Josh Wong, Kyle Westwood, Rick Helms, Roy Crocker, Mike Jamison, Evan Ethel, Todd Liston putting down some qualifying times. Back behind them, Mike Yellow Jr., Old Chuckles in the 77, and Cody McFadden in the 64. Gonna start from the rear here. Let's see how they wind out here today, as it is going to be a fun one. Martinsville Speedway always has that good old short track action. We'll see how these guys take it on here today. Take on me. Take on me. I'll be gone in a day or two. That's what they're saying right now. That's what they're challenging Martinsville. Martinsville's not challenging them. See how these guys wind up as Tanner Thues and Dave Hunt will get this one going from the start. From that front row here today. And we have 250 laps of action coming your way. I hope you are ready. I hope you grab some lunch, some dinner, breakfast, whatever you needed to grab before we get going here. I hope you are ready. That's all I got to say is these guys always put on a show. As we are about to get rolling off of the grid here, as that pace car is going to get them moving, as well as the 53 and the 4, the wheels. Ram, better keep on burning. Oh, you gotta keep on turning. They're rolling to the green flag. Woo! I said, ooh, 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 woo, woo, woo. We are about to watch a good one here. I hope you are ready. Like I said, these guys always delivering some fun, exciting action. Martinsville not gonna disappoint here. The NSRL about to throw it down for our entertainment here. Again, 250 laps of action around this Martinsville Speedway here, and it is gonna be a fun one. The pace car is pulling off, and we are about underway with the racing here today. They're looking at the flagman. He's got it in the air. The green flag is out. And the NSRL is shaking, baby. Oh, Rick Helms going high. Tanner Thues losing a bit in the corner there. Oh, excitement early here as Thues losing that top spot. Josh Wong pulling up under him, and Dave Hunt moving to the front now as Josh gonna push on the low side here. And these guys too wide throughout a good amount of this course here. Good little battle up front as the top 4 all in that playoff hunt here. Right now, Mr. Jamison, that 37 King Java, he is on the bubble. We'll see if he can keep it smooth and steady here, as it looks like Dave Hunt getting a little damage there. That hood looking a little bent up there, so we'll see if that has any effect on that 53 machine, as Josh Wong in the 9 trying to clear old Dave Hunt here. See if he is in fact able to do so as he goes to the top side. Uh-oh, Josh getting a little sideways there out of the turn. And Dave back to the lead here. Josh is kicking himself in the pants after that one. Unfortunate move there for Mr. Wong. He's going to have to try to pull that one back out and see what he can make of this. Is Dave Hunt out in the lead. Roy Crocker trying to make a move here on Mike Jamison. He gets it done. Let's see if he can clear him there. Mike's to the top there. Roy's got teammate Todd Liston behind him. Todd getting a little loose off the corner, hitting that curb there. Roy is clear of Mike in front there, and Todd falling back a hair. Kyle falling back there as well, as he is in P6 at the moment. Dave over a half-second lead on Tanner Thues. Now let's see if the Thues boost can do something here. Cody McFadden, meanwhile, closing in on Kyle Westwood. See if he's able to make anything happen here. He's going to fall behind Rick Helms now as he was catching. He falls back a bit. Kyle Westwood still going to push forward there in that P6. He's got Todd Liston in front of him at just a little over 1 second now. There you see the gap between those guys. Meanwhile, up in front, this top four spread out just a hair, but they'll keep trying to push onward. As that 37 of King Java doing a darn good job trying to just keep it clean and collect some points here at the moment. Roy Crocker out in front of him in that 6 machine, also trying to move on through the playoffs here. He's going to need a good run here today. Josh Wong, meanwhile, in P9 after falling back with that incident there early in this one. Lap 12 now of 250. Dave Hunt out in front, but how long can he hold on to it? As that number 4 of Tanner Thues is starting to close in now on teammate Dave Hunt in the 53 machine. Dave getting a good exit there, but Tanner closing in. You don't want to burn up too much of the tires. Burning up my tires. Living on the wires. And you don't want to be that guy that's falling back here midway through this green flag stint. So Tanner will try to hold on to it. As you can see, you lose some of that tire. You got to be extra careful, as right now they're getting the best out of it, and they're getting loose in those turns there. So throttle meaning so much here. Gotta have control of that right side pedal. There's that number 8 of Todd Liston closing in on the 37. Mike getting a good jump off the corner there. The 8 getting a good entrance. These guys are battling back and forth through the turns here. They go quick here at Martinsville. There's Roy Crocker making a move. Mike Jamison there getting around the 77 as well. Todd as well. In the 48-77, Chuckle's going to let him on by here. Let him race on cleanly here, as this is the second to last race of the season here for these guys. They'll be back, though. What a run we are seeing here so far at Martinsville. Check in as they are getting around that 77 of Chuckles, doing it cleanly so far. Josh Wong making his way around there now. The 37 and the 8 getting awfully close together here. Let's see if Mike Jamison in that 37 machine can hold off the surging Todd Liston in the 8 here. Both of these guys very good at holding on to their tires and making a good run here on these long green flag stops. See if they are able to do just that, as Roy Crocker in front of Mike Jamison. He is teammates with Todd Liston there, so Todd definitely wanting to get around Mike and hook up with teammate Roy Crocker there, see what they can get shaking and going. Tanner Thuse doing a good job keeping Dave Hunt within striking distance, not letting him get out to too far of a jump just yet. Roy Crocker looking in his rear view. He sees that 37 of Mike Jamison closing in there. Tanner Thuse, meanwhile, closing in a bit on the leader. We move up there and see if that 4 machine can catch teammate in the 53 there. Thuse falling back just a hair. Todd getting a little loose off of the corner there. Gonna lose a little ground there to the 37 of Mike Jamison. When these guys cross the line, it'll be lap 28 of 250. Look down the line here is Josh Wong, Cody McFadden battling out. Wong getting around him. He's got Rick Helms in his sights now. See if he can get around Rick as we keep an eye on the front as Tanner starting to draw in closer to Dave Hunt in the front again. See if he can keep that surge going, or there he is. He's falling back a hair again up front. We keep it back here with Josh Wong and Rick Helms. Here is Josh Wong trying to recover from that incident early, losing it off the corner. He's going to look to the low side here of the 75 of Rick Helms, and he's going to get around him. The 9 up to P7 now. 48 machine pushing onward. Going to see what he can do with it here as he sits 2.5 seconds back behind the number 8 of Todd Liston. You look down the line, the top 7 all in the playoffs. These guys are pushing hard here as Roy Crocker in P4. Jamison getting around. Todd Liston hooked up with teammate Roy Crocker, but not the way he wanted to, I'm sure. He wanted to go forward, not have Roy come back. But hey, they're together now, and they can work it how they like. They can run their race together here and push on. It's Tanner still about a half second behind leader Dave Hunt. Look throughout the field, not seeing Looks like the closest battle between teammates Todd Liston and Roy Crocker at the moment. And I don't see them battling it out too much at this point. They just want to keep it clean and keep it moving the right way here. What more could you ask for on a Wednesday afternoon, a Wednesday morning, Wednesday evening, wherever it is, whatever time it may be where you are? Thank you for tuning in to CWTV here with the NSRL at Martinsville Speedway. These guys are having a good time out on the track now. 36 clean laps here ran so far. The 6 and the 8 here. Roy Crocker, Todd Liston trying to push forward towards that front there where King Java is sitting in that 37 machine in P3, trying to close into Tanner Thus, who is closing in on leader 53 of Dave Hunt. We'll see if that was the lap traffic there that allowed him to close in, or if in fact Tanner's starting to figure something out as he's falling back to that half-second mark where he has been floating between that and about 0.3 between that gap between him and Dave Hunt, the leader. Where's everybody tuning in from here today? Can't thank you enough for enjoying some racing here with me. As Tanner taking it below that 0.3 mark for a moment. Closing in on Dave, but just can't get that line figured out like that 53 does in front of him. And at least they are pulling away from P3 there. King Java, Mike Jamison. Almost a 3-second gap between Jamison in that 37 and Tanner Thus in the 4. Sure, these guys will be coming in here shortly to get some fresh rubber, top off on a tank of gas here and get it moving. As today these guys have 3 sets of tires for the 250 laps of action. He's trying to close in, trying to make it work here. Tanner Thus and Dave Hunt battling it out in front there. You got lap traffic between second and third place there. Mike Jamison and Tanner Thus. Looking down the line, seeing if anybody's reeling in that car in front. Roy Crocker keeping that safe distance between himself and teammate in that 8 machine, Todd Liston. You got Kyle Westwood now closing in on Roy. See if he's able to make something work there. Is Josh Wong not too far off of Kyle in that 48 machine there behind him. You can't ask for much better driving than what we've seen here early today. This is what you expect from the NSRL here at Martinsville. Almost 50 laps of clean action here so far. Look at that beautiful, beautiful paint scheme on that 48 machine. My goodness. My goodness. Meanwhile, Josh Wong trying to pass that Checkers and Wreckers 48 machine. See if he can't get out and around him here. Is Kyle trying to hold on to the set of tires they've got. watches these guys take it around there. Look at that. Even says Tommy Boy above the door there. God love him. He's catching up now to that 6. As we thought the 9 was going to catch him. He caught that United Sim Racing number 6 there of Roy Crocker. He's going to look to the low side now on Roy. Looks like the 48 is going to make it by. And the 6 and 9 teammates together there. Now in 6th and 7th, Roy Crocker, Josh Wong together. Todd Liston teammate there of those two out in 4th. You look in front to Kyle's teammates, Dave Hunt and Tanner Thus. They're still battling out in the front here. Dave Hunt keeping to that just about half-second lead over Mr. Thus at the moment. And what a run this has been here so far. You gotta love a good ran Martinsville race here, just like we're seeing. And at 126, the beginning of lap 126, these guys will come in for the first stage. In there, the winner of that stage will take a bonus point towards the championship, and he will move onward then. You can see the gap between 2nd place and 5th there, almost half the track. These guys have really gapped the rest of the field out here. Tanner Thus and Dave Hunt doing a great job right now. Mike Jamison, though, still holding on steady to P3 at the moment. You can see Tanner up there. That's not Tanner in front of him, though. He's still got some room between himself and 2nd place of Tanner Thus. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys hold on to it, keeping up through on these tires and holding on to their equipment here as they're pushing hard. Coming around to the line, it'll be lap 55 of 250 again at the end of lap 125. The first stage will be coming to an end, and the winner will take a bonus point for the day. So these guys will definitely be battling out for the win here in this stage. As last time we looked, it remains the same. Each of the top 7 in the playoff race here today. So a great running we are having here today. Competitive, clean, and fast. You gotta love it. Look at the gap between Todd Liston there and the 48 machine. Is almost 2 seconds between those two now. Let's look through the field as Josh Wong catching teammate Roy Crocker. Rick Helms right behind him as well. See if he's able to get back up into the mix here. Rick Helms getting around Roy Crocker. And Josh Wong in his sights now. We'll see if that 9 car can keep it going. And keep the 75 of Rick Helms behind him. As we look through the field, let's see if we got a closer battle. Here's the 64 closing in on that number 6 here. Makes you wonder if that number 6 done burn up all of his stuff here early. See if he's able to pull it back through after a pit stop. It's like I said, I would imagine these guys will be coming to pit here pretty soon. It won't be long, yeah. Yeah. It won't be long, yeah. Excuse me there. That one kind of just popped out at me. Whoa! Oh, the 64 there getting loose on the exit of the turn. He saves it, though, keeping it going. Gonna keep it moving here. Cody McFadden. Check back into the front with teammates 53 of Dave Hunt in the lead and the number 4 of Tanner Thues in second now as he was closing in again. It's like a yo-yo. He gets him a hair, he falls back. He gets him, he falls back. He gets him and he falls back. It's all good. It's all smooth sailing here, though, so far. 63 laps of green flag action here today. What more could you ask for on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon? Pushing steady out there, the 53 and the 4, showing these guys just how to run this track here. Is Jamison starting to close into these guys as he has brought the gap down to almost 2 seconds between them. Todd Liston, however, catching that number 37 now of Mike Jamison. We'll see if he can put it down on Mike here and get around for that P3 spot right now. Number 8 closing in on the 37's backside here. Let's see if he can get out and to that 37 machine of Mr. Mike Jamison. King Java here. About a half second behind Mike. Todd Liston ready to attack here in that number 8 machine. Every point counts here. Listen, right on the backside now of that 37 machine. Let's see if he's able to get out and around him as Mike pulling out through the corner there. The 8 setting up to attack again here, looking to the inside. Not going to have what it takes there to get around the 37. He's going to stick down low now, pulling back behind Mike Jamison in that 37 machine. These guys battling it out here. Lap 73 of 250 now. These guys falling off about a second and a half from their fastest times earlier in the race when those tires were a little fresh. Now they're falling off a bit here. These guys going to have to try to really hold on to it and get it around to that green flag stop here, as it doesn't look like we're going to get a caution at the moment. These guys just keeping their own lines, running their race here, just keeping a steady pace, and they know later on here it's a long one. They can attack here later in the race here. There's no need to right now. Is you got to be there to finish. You gotta still be running to finish the race. That's an obvious statement, but sometimes people don't seem to understand that. So these guys doing a great job with it today, keeping it clean here, staying on the lead lap. If you're not out in front, that's another big thing here today is we have only 2 cars off of the lead lap at the moment. So everybody doing a good job holding it out in front of Dave Hunt there in the front. As far as keeping their lap goes. Number 4 of Tanner Thues still sitting right behind that 53 machine, maybe taking a couple of notes as they follow each other through the turns here and trying to get an idea of where that 53 is gaining some of his speed here. As again, that's Evan in between the 4 and the 37 there of King Java, Mr. Jameson. Keeping it in third, though. That 37 doing a great job here. Is Tanner getting right to the bumper now of teammate Dave Hunt, and we got a run for the lead as Tanner Thues on the low side. Oh, baby, Dave Hunt takes a spin around, and that's going to call out the first yellow here today. Unfortunate there for Mr. Hunt. Let's take a look real quick back at that one as that 4 was going to the inside here. The 53 felt like he had to push it through the corner there to keep up top and maybe get into the marbles there as well. But the 53, regardless, going around and around. You spin my car right round, right round. And now these guys under yellow will head into the pits here, and we will watch the number 4 team of Tanner Thues here pull in and take some equipment here. He's in the stall now. Moving over to the other side. And the 4 is out and away. Back behind him, Dave Hunt getting a couple sets of. And the 53. Oh, either repairing or caught speed. And I'm sure he's repairing there. As we're back out on the road, and Tanner Thues out in the front. King Java is behind him. And Mike Jameson. Todd Liss in third, Roy Crocker, and Evan Ethel will actually fall back, and Cody McFadden will take that 5th place at the moment. These guys are gonna run around a couple more pace laps. I'll be right back with you. Pace car is out, and these guys are going to be back underway here. As the green flag flies. Tanner Thues and Mike Jameson going back at it here. They'll have a short run to that midway stage end here at the end of lap 125. See if they can keep it going till then, as the 37 falling back just a hair. Todd Liston going to take that P2 spot. The 37 feeling comfortable in P3 at the moment. Cody McFadden in the 64 behind him, going to try to push forward and make something work. And we got another yellow out in the field. This is the number 9. Trying to hold on to it. Just couldn't do it. Spinning it around, and got our second caution here of the day. Take a look at the Butt Kicker Gamer 2 and check them out over at www.buttkicker.com. Link in the description below. About to throw down again here. The NSRL. These guys going to get back underway. Tanner Thues again up in front. Todd Liston, Mike Jamison, Cody McFadden, Dave Hunt, and Roy Crocker. We're green flag racing here again at the NSRL. They're putting it down here through the corners. Doing a great job here is Dave Hunt, making his way already back to 4th place. What a run he is having here. Getting around that 64. Cody McFadden. Cody's looking to the top side here, see if he can make something work, get his spot back, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get around that 53 there of Dave Hunt. Dave Hunt now going to look down the line at that 37 machine of Mr. Jamison. You can still see a little bit of damage there on the 53 machine. Coming around the line, it'll be lap 95 of 250 here. Dave Hunt closing in now on that 37, as this is the closest battle on the track at the moment. He's trying to reel that 37 of King Java in. He gets right to the backside now. See if he is able to take it, as Dave Hunt's going to have to back off a hair from that 37 machine. Give it a try again here in a lap or so, but it looks like right now that 53 machine is a bit faster, but that 37 just not going to let him around here. Nothing wrong with that. .37, Mike Jamison pushing, trying to keep that 53 behind him now. So far, so good. Keeping clean, keeping steady, keeping calm. See for how long he can do that, though. Coming around next time, it'll be lap 100 of 250, and we have had a great run here so far. Can't ask for much more than what we are getting here today. Mike starting to pull away now from that 53 of Dave Hunt. As we look down the field, it looks like Josh Wong closing in on the 75 here of Rick Helms. As Evan out in front of him now. Rick Helms falling back there to Roy, falling back to P10. Mike Yellow Jr. back there in 11, still on the lead lap here. And that's really all you got to do is stay on this lead lap till closer to the end, and then you can make your run happen then. As Westwood closing in on Wong here. See if he can get up there. Look at that beautiful, beautiful. So beautiful there, that 48 machine. My goodness. Lap 105 of 250. Tanner Thu still in the lead over Todd Liston, Mike Jamison, Dave Hunt, and Cody McFadden in the top 5 for the moment. These guys pushing hard at it. They work hard for the money. So hard, honey, honey. Look down the field. Here is Dave Hunt still holding on to that 37 machine of King Java, Mr. Jamison there. These guys playing it safe, like I said at the time being. Gonna make it to that first stage end here soon. Then they'll start battling here for spots on the track. Come that second stage. This whole race has been a great one to watch so far. These guys always doing a great job at it. What a run it has been. I can't say it enough. You can't ask for much more than what we have seen here today. Dave getting sideways there. And the yellow flag coming out. Take a look back and see what happened there for Dave Hunt there. Go up to the bird's eye view. He's getting sideways there behind the 37. Going around and around there, the 53. Making a whoopsie. Be a real quick run now to that halfway point when they get fired back. They'll have about 10 laps to go. A little less than that, actually, before they get that stage caution there. These guys putting it on here as Tanner Thues in the lead, Todd Liston second, Mike Jamison in third, Cody McFadden fourth, Evan Ethel in fifth. Still got a couple to go before firing back and underway here at the NSRL. Lights still flashing. Turn off this time. We got one to go before firing back to the green flag action here. The pace car is pulling off, and we're about to be back underway. Green flag is out. The 8 of Todd Liston going to the top. He's going to get around Thues for the lead here. Good run there. Tanner Thues there, 2-second. Coda McFadden looking to the top now of Tanner Thues. You saw Todd Liston do it. He's going to give it a try now in that 64 machine. See if he's able to get out and around Mr. Thues here in that 4. That Mobile 1. It's a 37 of Mike Jamison. Excuse me. Looking down to the low side, I was getting emotional there. It's such a good race. 37 there, getting around the 64. He's going to continue onward. He's comfortable, like I said, in that P3. As we got 5 laps to go here in this first stage. Everybody wanting to get that extra stage point here for being the winner. And right now, Todd Liston sitting on the top of the charts. Every point counts in the run for the title here. We'll keep it up front until the end of this first stage. As Todd Liston making a good run for it right now. Lap 123 of 250. And at the end of 125, this stage is over. We will see a caution then. So all eyes on the front here. Todd Liston, Tanner Thues. As that bonus point going to be walking away to one of these guys. If they can keep it clean and not get into each other before the end of it, that is. As we are on that final lap of the stage, Todd Liston gonna push on here. Gonna see if he can get around and to it. Tanner, though, looking. Can Tanner make a move? He's right there on the bumper. This one's gonna go to Todd Liston, though. He takes the stage win here. We're under yellow. Todd Liston taking that first stage victory. What a run there for Todd, getting around Tanner on that last restart. These guys will head on in, I'm sure, make some adjustments, grab some tires. They'll still have one set to run through. Maybe they save their tires, actually. We'll see just, in fact, how that works out for these guys here. Todd's going to go in. Does he just grab fuel? Does he get some tires? We'll keep our eyes on that number 8 here and watch what that car does. He's taking all 4, and Todd Liston is out and away here. Who got out first? Looks like Todd does, just by the hair on his chinny chin. Dave Hunt out in the front at the moment. Mike Yellow Jr. in second. Todd Liston third. Tanner Thues fourth, and Mike Jamison sitting in 5th at the moment. Got a couple to go before these guys fire it back off underway to green flag action. We'll be right back with you. they're going to stack them back up and get to going as the pace car is off. Dave Hunt, Todd Liston get us going back to green flag action here. Let's see again if that 53 can put it back and keep it in the front here for this run. Is still a little damaged and maybe a little beaten when it comes to the what's the word I'm looking for there? Momentum, if you will, as he's had a couple spins today. Tanner Thu's behind him, gonna see if he can't get him in his sights here early, as it is not the easiest place to pass here. We saw that first half of action. Doing a great job here. That 4 is trying to hold on steady. Catching the back end of the 53 here. Gonna put it on him. Check back to the back there as Evan was battling, but Tanner looked like he was going to make a move to the low side here on the 53. And this could be all just a head game there as well, as we saw when Tanner pushed Dave. That's when Dave made his first mistake here earlier in this race. Could be just trying to get him to make something else here, as they're going to go at it here side by side. Tanner Thu's to the inside here. The number 4 going to try to take the lead away from teammate, the 53 of Dave Hunt. Still side by side here. Todd Liston closing in there. He gets a little loose on the exit of the turn there. That number 8, Todd Liston in P3, giving a little too much throttle there, trying to play the game with these guys, as now that number 8 is going to take away second from Dave Hunt there. Those guys going to battle it out. Dave doesn't want to give an inch here, as the 37 and the 9 right behind them battling pretty hard here as well. Kike saying, "Go, Mike." Mike pushing there. Dave Hunt out in front of him in P3. Mike's at P3 for pretty much that entire first half of action there. See if he could keep this solid run going as the night goes on. This track should find a little more grip there as it cools off, but we'll see exactly how that plays out here, as these guys should have one set of tires still under them. Very fun track here. Is that 37 going to look to the low side now of the 53, and King Java himself, that Black Rifle Coffee 37, going to take over P3 here again. Josh Wong going to follow suit and battle Dave Hunt here side by side. Dave Hunt stuck on the top. It's a tough one here. Josh in the 9, Dave in the 53, and here comes the 6 of Roy Crocker. These guys all ready to play some games here, as Roy's looking now to the low side of Dave. Dave with the little older tires here, so this playing a factor as well, as he has been kind of off the pit schedule here today, so see if that maybe plays into his hand later in this race. But right now he is falling back. Tanner Thu still your leader at the moment. Todd Liston behind him. Let's take a look here as Dave Hunt falling back here to the 48. We'll see if he can hold off teammate Kyle Hunt and that Tommy Boy Checkers and Wreckers 48 machine. My goodness. $145 of $250 here, and it's been a fun one here so far at Martinsville. Kyle closing into that 53. He's going to try to really keep it steady here. You don't want to make a mistake coming out of the turn and give it too much, trying to catch that car in front of you or trying to lose the car behind, as he's got Rick Helms right there as well. You try hard not to drive with the mirror, but sometimes you just can't help it when you got somebody that close behind you like that 75 is with Kyle right now. I'm sure Kyle's looking up, making sure he's got some room here and there. Rick looks like he's closing in there on that 48. Tanner pulling out. He's got a 2.5 second lead over that number 8 of Todd Liston. Good little run he's having. Mike Jamison keeping it close to that number 8 of Todd there. There you see the gap between them, and back behind Mike, you got Josh and Roy trying to pull it up here as well. Coming around to lap 150 of 250, and we got a yellow flag in the air. Dave Hunt going around, keeping it off the wall, but bringing out the yellow here at 150 of 250. What a race we are seeing here today. And the green flag is out in the air. We're back to racing. Here's Tanner Thues and Todd Liston back at fighting out there for the front. And the 37 Mike Jamison getting back into that P3 for the moment. See how they keep it moving here as they cross the line, lap 155 of 250. Tanner Thues having a great day here in that 4 machine now with it. And behind him, Todd Liston holding off the 37 of Mike Jamison at the moment. And Roy Crocker in P4 moving it up, as well as Kyle Westwood in P5. These guys awfully close with each other at the moment. And everybody back at this point riding with the same rubber for the most part here. It's pretty fair game across the board here. We'll see who's got the machine, who's got the guts. Guts. Do you have them? That's what it takes here at Martinsville. A lot of guts, a lot of throttle control. Equals a good run race there in my mind. As we're watching Josh Wong make a move here. Trying to keep that 75 of Rick Helms behind him. He pulls away from him at the moment and closes in on the 48 of Kyle Westwood, who's sitting in P5 now. Tanner Thuse pulling away from the field, currently half a second ahead of Todd Liston. Todd closing that through the corners here. We'll hop up to the front at the moment and see if Todd can pull him in as he bounces just a hair off the wall there. Losing a little bit of speed, not too much. Keeping on the back end there of Tanner Thuse. However, Mike Jamison in that 37 falling back a bit. And we got a yellow flag out in the air. Take a look back and see what happened. Oh no, the 53. Spinning it. Spinning it. Tanner Thuse still out in the lead. We'll break for a moment here. Be right back. The lights are off and we are back to racing here. Green flag in the air. Tanner Thuse, Todd Liston back at it here. Todd's going to drop in there quick on that 37 machine of Mike Jamison, not give him any time to get into that second place there. And Roy up top there. That one shook the 37. And Mike Jamison maybe helping that number 6 of Roy up on that top side get around him here. We'll see if he's able to push. Oh, baby. Can Kyle Westwood hold on to it? He does. What a save. What a save by that 48 machine. He's going to wheel it back into place here. P8 falling back from 5th, but he saved it. Wow. What a run there. Is Tanner Theus still in the lead, running away from that number 8 here of Todd List, and Mike Jamison behind him. Roy Crocker, Josh Wong round out the top 5 at the moment. And what a run we are seeing here. It is fun. It is exciting. It is everything the NSRL promises, and maybe a little more as we come around to lap 170 of 250. Tanner Theus taking off right now, pushing. Push it. But push it real good. That's what he's doing. That number 4 machine putting another tally down in the laps led column. As we go back to Kyle Westwood, he's sitting a 2.5 behind Cody McFadden. This field spreading out quickly here after that restart. Josh Wong pushing hard back up to the front. We saw him have a little bit of hard luck there at the beginning, and he's coming into his own now, bringing it back up to 4th, and he's pushing, fighting Mike Jamison in that 37 machine. Looking to the low side now. 9 getting a little loose on the entrance there of the turn. He's going to have to back it up. Can he save it? Can he save it? No. He turns it around there, and that's going to call the yellow flag out in the air. We saw it happen. Let's take another look, though. Unfortunately, that broadcaster's curse there from the number 9 of Josh Wong, as I was talking about him, making a surge back up to the front. Goes through the turns there. Looks like he was in the hunt there for that number 37 of Mr. Jamison, and unfortunately getting turned around and maybe touching there just a hair, having to let off. He got loose. Gets back on the throttle there, loses it again, and at this point just has to hit the brakes, make sure he doesn't collect anybody else there. Then he gets it moving again. And that brings us to the 5th yellow here of the day. Not bad for Martinsville. I've seen much worse. Tanner Theus, Todd Listen, Mike Jamison, Roy Crocker, Rick Helms round out the top 5 at the moment. Woo-wee! What a run we are having here today. You can't ask for much more than what we're seeing right here, right now, right here, right now. That's right, right here, right now, right here, right now. About to fire back underway with the action here from the NSRL. Again, thank you all so much for joining along with me, Tommy Boy, in the booth here today. It's been a blast here so far. It always is with these guys on Wednesday afternoon. Green flag back out in the air. Number 4 and 8 going at it here, pushing hard. The 37 and the 6 side by side still battling it out here, as this is where these guys are going to start pushing now for each and every spot, as that 6 is going to drop down low. 75 is there, though, so he can't drop as low as he wants. 275 backing it out there, and going to give that to the 6. Going to let him battle. Josh Wong back up to P6 already. He's pushing hard. Mike Jamison trying to close into Todd Liston there in that second place right now, just trying to run a clean race as he has seen his competitors do a little slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You could be in a position and you know you could be slip sliding away. As Dave Hunt looked like he was gonna drop down on the 64. He falls back a hair there. Kyle behind Dave, trying to push forward. Todd not letting Tanner go as far, I guess, as he did the last time there on the restart. So holding them within a half second at the moment. Mike keeping pretty close there to Todd. So these guys keeping a good run going here as Cody McFadden now closing in on Roy Crocker. He's going to go to the low side now of that 6 of Roy. He's going to get around him there. Roy letting him go. Trying to save some tire here for the end. I think these guys will have one more stop in them before the end of it all, before that lady sings. Cody McFadden there pushing hard right now. See what that 64 is able to do here come this later run. Getting there close to the number 8 of Todd Liston. Coming around to the inside now. He's going to be on the inside there during the turn. Let's see. Is Todd not even going to battle? I'm just going to let him get around there, and he'll let him go for the time being. As now he is closing in on the leader, Tanner Thues. See what he's able to do here as he's got the 4 in his sights. He's going to make a run for him here in the turn. Closing in awfully quick there, but losing a little on the exit as Tanner Thues getting a very good jump off the corner there. Same on 4 as 2. Getting a good jump, but the 64 showing that those newer tires making a difference for right now as he catches that backside. And once he gets to the inside, you imagine that 4 is going to let him go for the moment. They can battle that later, as you don't want to have any incident here. Somebody shooting on the inside here with fresher tires, and both of you guys go down as they got a decent lead on the field. And we'll see it right here as the 64 is gonna be the new leader at the moment. Cody McFadden takes over that top spot, and Tanner Thues in second place in Dirty Air now. But like I said, I want to say Cody has that fresher set of tires on here. So unless he saved up until now, he's going to be hurting come the final run here when these guys do change out their equipment and get some new tires under him here, especially if a caution comes out before the end of this one. That 64 could be hurting. But right now he's going to pull away and in the front and hope for a caution-free ending here. Let's look through the field here. Looks like Josh Wong closing on Rick Helms. A battle for sixth here. As Josh has been fast. Just Martinsville getting the better of some of these drivers here today. Closing in on that 75, doing everything he can to make something work here. Going down the backstretch, these guys pushing hard. Tanner Thu's falling back to about a second and a half behind Cody McFadden, running out with those newer, fresher tires, making a big difference at the moment. There's Todd Liston in that 8 machine, that United Sim Racing. Mike Jamison, who's been up near the front the entire race in that 37 machine. He's doing a great job here as well. Putting it out there, putting it down. Seeing what he can't do today. As we have a tight playoff battle. These guys putting on an absolute show for us here on CWTV. You can't ask for much better than what we are getting here today. A big shout out to each and every one of these drivers. Putting it down in just absolute fashion. Gotta love it. Look here at Kyle Westwood trying to close into Rick Helms in the 75 here. See Josh Wong in the 9 closing in on teammate Roy Crocker there as well. See if either of these guys able to take the crown away from the other. Or Josh grabbing that position from Roy, or Kyle closing up into Rick, as Roy closing into Mike Jamison there as well. See the gap between the 37 of Mike Jamison and the 6th on board here of Roy Crocker. As we cross that lap 200 mark, we're 201 of 250. And it has been an absolute show here today. You can't ask for much more. Like I said many a times, these guys have put it down in absolute fashion here today, as they always do. The NSRL, it's short track action. You knew you were going to have a caution or two, but these guys are doing a great job keeping it clean and giving us some good green flag runs here. As if you look back there with Rick Helms and Kyle Westwood, you see that 48 closing in on the 75 there. No better looking car than the 48 here today, if you ask me. As he's catching them. He's catching them quick here. 75 also closing in on that number 9 of Josh Wong in front of him. At this point, you could try to take a twofer if quick enough. But like I said, I want to say these guys gonna have another pit stop here to take them to the final laps here. As there's the 48 making his run on the 75. They go door to door there, get close. 48's going to make his way around, and now he is Josh Wong in P6 in his sights here. As those two teammates, Roy Crocker and Josh Wong, sitting in 5th and 6th, try to push up to King Java there in the 37 of Mike Jamison. Mr. Jamison. I don't know why I say his name like that. I love it, though. I love it. Interesting fact here. I mean, no joke, Chuck. Interesting fact here is this 37 machine. He'll send some pictures every now and then of himself on the top of a mountain. Not like a little tiny thing. Like he was up in the clouds the other day in a lightning storm. So he's getting close. He was going to sound like Mr. Jameson if he got shocked, that's for sure. But what a run he is having. A little did you know fact there about the Twitch streamer and the 37 machiner here of King Java himself, Mr. Jameson. As you look back at Josh Wong, he is closing in there as well as the 48, making a final run here. So some of these guys really holding on to their tires late in this run and gonna try to make something work here with it as they are pushing through the corners here. They're feeling it. Their arms are feeling it. Their legs are feeling it. Their armpits are feeling it. It's a little wet, a little sweaty down there. As these guys are putting on a show down on the track here at Martinsville Speedway. The 48 closing up quick on that number 9 of Josh Wong. See if he is able to get out and around as he is looking low, but not going to be able to go with it on that one. He's going to have to sit back and give it another try as Josh Wong going to hold up that number 48 machine of Kyle Westwood for a moment there. Look up ahead of those guys, and Todd Liston battling with the 37. Getting awfully close here for, whoa, baby! As Todd goes around, that's going to call out the yellow flag, I'd assume. Yeah, there it is. Let's take a look here at what went on there. Let's take a look back at the track. We're going to see what caused that. Let's go up from the bird's eye view, and we'll take a look. And that battle between the 8 and the 37 looked like they kept it clean. Maybe the 8 net code possibly, or the 8 giving a little throttle on the exit of the turning, and just look how close the number 8 gets here to connecting to the 37. Let's go to Mike Jamison. Switch views here. Watch the backside here and see how close they get right there. Actually connecting a little, actually. Did not notice that there. Watching slow motion here is you'll see Todd Liston's car coming down and connecting there just a hair with King Java there. See if that plays a factor for the Mike Jamison in that 37 machine. As we kick it back out to the front. Looks like these guys made a pit stop there during that gander. Cody McFadden up in front. Josh Wong second. Dave Hunt, Tanner Thuse, Mike Jamison, Kyle Westwood, Roy Crocker, Rick Helms, Evan Ethel, and Todd Liston out on the track at the moment in that order. Still got a couple to go before going back to green flag racing here with the NSRL. It has been a fun one here so far today. Gotta love the action we are seeing. We got one to go before going back to green here. Pace car pulling off there. Green flag is in the air. 64 machine of Cody McFadden pushing hard here. Josh Wong on the low side. Tanner Thusen, the 37 of Mike Jamison there, right there with him. These guys are going to push as Mike Jamison and Josh Wong battling for that second spot out on the track. These guys are going to push hard as every spot now matters. Anything could happen. We're nearing the end of this one, and that 37 machine pulls up into the front now and gonna give that 64 a run for his money as they go into the corner here. The 37 on the low side, he puts the bumper out in front, and he is the new leader of this one. Roy Crocker in the 6 now in second, and Tanner Thus looking to the low side of that 64 there as well. We got a yellow flag back out in the air. Take a look back and see what happened here. Todd Liston pulling off the back of the 75 of Rick Helms. Those guys get into it there in the corner. When two things they meet in the middle. Oh, yeah. Unfortunate there. He gets turned around. He'll keep it on the lead lap. I do believe shouldn't have too much damage, but the 37 of Mike Jamison now going to have to hold off the 6, the 4, the 48. These guys all are going to surge forward and try to take that lead spot away on this restart here. It should be a fun one to watch here. See what these guys do, if anything. I think they'll stay out. I don't think they're going to go back in. I find that hard to believe, but I've seen crazier things happen. Still got a couple to go before going back to green flag racing. See how this one ends out here. Is, like I said, we are nearing the end of it. It will be quick as we got some fresh tires, some short track racing. It won't be long. Pace car's off, and these guys are about to get back underway. Green flag is out. We're back to racing here. The NSRL Martinsville Speedway. The 37 of King Java back out to the front. The Thoos Boost back behind him. Todd Liston making his way back to P3. Roy Crocker behind him in fourth. Again, the playoff 7 find their way to the top 7. Very impressive there. Speaks in leaps and bounds about the competition in this league as these guys know what they're doing. The 37 and the 4 gonna battle it out now as the 4 right on the back bumper there of King Java in that 37 machine. These guys are gonna give it their absolute all here for the remaining 23 laps. Look at this battle out in front as Tanner's just waiting to see when and where he can throw that pass, give it a try, and see if he can get on by. He's got to be patient, though, as we got another yellow flag. We'll take a look back and see what happened here. It'll look like that one. Ooh, Dave Hunt losing it, I think. As he was following that 48 machine, he gets sideways. That time actually does connect with the wall there, so a little more damage to the 53 machine of Dave Hunt. A rough one for old Dave today. Mike Jamison out in the front at the moment. Got Tanner Thoos behind him in second. Todd Liston sitting in third. Roy Crocker and Kyle Westwood round out the top 5 at the moment. Dave Hunt and Josh Wong, the rest of the guys in the playoff run at the time being. 8th and 9th. See how they all wind out here today. Can't say how many times or how often it's been a good one here today. Not a good one. It's been a great one here today from Martinsville. These guys putting on a show here for everybody over at CWTV tuning in, and thank you each and every one of you for doing just that, tuning in here on CWTV. Watching up front here is they'll start stacking it up here. You should be back to racing here in just a couple laps. Still got a couple to go. I think it'll be 2:35 when we get fired away back with the green. We'll see if we get the one to go this time as they cross the line. The lights are in fact off, and we'll be back to racing lap 235 of 250. 16 laps remain on the board. Pace car pulling off. Mike Jamison, Tanner Thoos going to lead the field back to the green flag here as it is out in the air. And these guys taking off there. Todd Liston and Roy Crocker back behind in the row behind the leaders there. A lot of behinds there. 37 in the 4 side by side. It looks like Tanner Thues is going to be able to take that top side here and use a little bit of momentum to get around Mr. Jameson. The field stacking up behind them. Let's see if they keep it green. These guys getting awfully close to each other in the corners here, pushing hard. As the 4 and the 37, not gonna give an inch at this point in time. Each of these guys, oh no! The 37 getting into the 4 and the 8. Ah! Getting out under him. Todd Liston taking the lead through that spinneroonie. Take a look back. As he crossed the line, going into the turn there. 4 coming down, 37 going up. Both these guys fighting for that spot there. And then whoopsie. There's the 8 of Todd Liston. They're going to give that one to Mr. Jameson, as he was in the lead when the yellow came out. So they'll stack it back up as Mike Jameson, Todd Liston, Kyle Westwood, Rick Helms, and Josh Wong as your top 5 here today so far at the current time being. Looks like we may have some rain in the area. It'll be a close one here to the finish, as we are going to hit the line at lap 240 of 250. It does look like, in fact, there is some rain in the forecast, but I think we will get this one done as long as they can keep it clean through the remainder of this one as we hit that 240 mark of 250. Looks like the lights are still blinking. Take another look. They aren't, in fact, so we still got a couple to go. As that rain is coming quick. The light's still flashing on that pace car. Can the 48 put that beautiful, 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 beautiful looking ride into victory lane there? Does the 37. Keep her out in front. Can Todd Liston put that United Sim Racing number 8 up there? Many questions out on the track. Little time remains here, as we should get the one to go this time by. We do. They'll stack them up. It'll be lap 243 of 250 when we get back underway here. If they keep it clean, I think we'll miss this rain. If not, we may be in a little predicament here, folks. The pace car is off. These guys about underway with the action. And back here with the NSRL. Green flag is out. Mike Jameson, Todd Liston, Kyle Westwood all fire off there. Whoa, baby. Todd Liston getting sideways. That's going to cause the yellow flag there. think there was a couple people that got sideways through that one. Let's take a look back as there goes Todd. Looks like Dave kept it clean there. Let's take a look back here as Todd was spinning. I thought, no, they just go 3 wide there. Get awfully close as Dave gives Rick a nice little bump into the corner. And, ooh, baby. Keep it awfully close there. Go 3 wide. And Dave comes out in P6. We'll see how they fare out now as we're coming around. Like I said, may have a little bit of predicament here with the weather. We'll have to keep our eyes in turn 4 here. You like to think it's not going to be an issue. We should be able to get it done here. We get the 5 laps to go. Who's going to take this one? Who's it going to be? Next week is the finale here with the NSRL, and 7 turn to 4 after this one. Still got a couple to go here. That rain holding off at the moment. It is going to be close because it is a storm coming through here, folks. A raging one, so I know I said it before. They're going to have to keep it clean here, but I don't know with the time here given if they have to go to a green-white checker, if they'd be able to get it in here. So every position gonna count here on this restart. We'll see who gets it done as the pace car is out and away. Mike Jamison, Kyle Westwood will lead us back to the green flag with 3 laps of action remaining here. We're back at it. These guys are digging in. They are racing as the 37 getting a tap there from the 75. 75 of Rick Helms looking there around the 48, getting around Kyle Westwood there, as well as Cody McFadden getting out around Kyle Westwood. Kyle falling back to P4 now. Coming around to the white flag here, Gamer 2, butt kicker, Gamer 2. Feel what you've been missing. Immerse yourself in the game as Mike Jamison going to take the final turns here. And Mike Jamison, King Java, takes the win here, the 37 in victory lane. That's what he needed going into that last week. Rick Helms in second, Kyle Westwood taking P3 here. We'll go to that Auralex interview loft and we will talk to the top 3 here today as Mike Jamison and Kyle Westwood part of that playoff race here. We will chat with these 3 and see what they got to say about today's race. Thank you all for tuning in, and let's hop in there and talk to Mr. Kyle Westwood here. See what our buddy Kyle has to say about today's run. Let's see where he's at. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? There he is. Let's chat with Kyle Westwood. Let's get him up here into the broadcast booth. Kyle Westwood, do you have a copy?
I'm here. How's it going?
Oh, I am fantastic. I'm smiling about here in the booth and still on that car. Does it look like I'm still in one piece down there? You kept it as clean as you could for Martinsville and put it into a P3 finish. What do you got to say about this one, man?
Well, first of all, I have no idea how this thing looks. So, I mean, if your face got wrinkled up, I apologize. But was involved in quite a few little tussles there on the last few laps. But, yeah, I mean, third place isn't where I thought we were going to finish. I thought we were top 7 at best. But then things got a little crazy there at the end. We got a string of cautions. Everybody was running over everybody. And just kind of lucked myself into third.
Just kind of, hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is good, as it worked out for you today. And I think that's going to be enough to carry you into that final round there. Am I correct?
I believe so, and I'm very excited to go back after this and do the points here because it's going to be super close for that cut line. I know Mike automatically locks himself in by getting the win, so that's really going to jumble it up. So I believe it's going to come down to Tanner or Roy that gets the boot.
Uh-oh, one of those guys going to have to pack their bags and hope for a better finish here. They'll still be here next week, but not for the title contention there. But how was everything feeling come the end? It seemed like you guys really, I think, what was it, like lap 220 around that time when that caution came out that you guys pitted for the last set of tires. So you guys were able to push there at the end, am I correct?
Yeah, I think the caution, or the 2 cautions before that, there were some guys that I think took a gamble, anticipating it to go green till the end. They came in, got their final set, expecting it to go green, and it would have worked if we wouldn't have got those little string of cautions at the end there. But yeah, around 220, I think the rest of us took those fresh tires, and it was over from there.
Really worked out for you, but you fell back on that restart as Rick Helms just pushed really quick, but you were back to 4th or 5th. How did you make it back up to 3rd there?
Evan said that I believe the 4 car got into his rear end in the second to final turn. So turns 1 and 2 on the last lap, pushing him up into me, who caused me to push up into Cody there. I think we sent Cody around, and then I was able to just dive in past Evan to get 3rd behind Rick.
So at the end of the day, I hear you Westwooded somebody.
No, actually,
I'm joking.
think I did. I think for once I made it through a Martinsville race without. I did. Roy and I made contact, but Roy kind of admitted some blame on that one by pinching me. I drove it in. Roy kind of came down to pinch. I think that one was more or less a racing incident. But other than that, I don't think I sent anybody around today, which is amazing.
Kept it clean, and the face isn't too beat up. You kept the moneymaker intact there, so I got to thank you for putting that hideous picture on the back of the car, keeping cars away from him. Maybe it helped. So who do you want to thank for getting it done today?
I'll make sure I run one of these schemes at least once a season for you.
There you go.
But I just want to thank everybody in the league. I know we had a low turnout today, so I think that kind of contributed to most of the green flag racing. But everybody that showed up today, for the most part, was very clean, kept it under them, put on some good racing, and I want to thank you up in the broadcast booth, of course.
Absolutely. Maybe you should thank the guys who didn't come out. You kind of sounded like you did there. It's like, thank you for not coming out if you weren't comfortable with Martinsville, because we kept it fairly clean there. No, I'm just joking. Yeah.
I don't want to put anybody on blast, but
right. No, you guys always do a great job. Where you at, Miguel? That's what Kyle's saying. Where you at, Miguel? No, I'm completely joking there, as these guys do a great job.
I was more or less thinking Cameron. Him, I have no problem calling out. I know he doesn't watch these, so I think we're good.
There you go. So, hey, what a run today, and thank you so much for putting on a great league here with the NSRL, man.
No, thank you for a great season.
Absolutely, as we will move down and talk to Mr. Rick Helms, as he is in there at P2 today. We'll see what he has got to say. Rick Helms, this is Tommy in the booth. You got a copy?
I'm right here.
How's it feel? You're in second place here on the podium here, one before the season finale.
Well, I tell you, I wish I was one of the guys with the green bumpers right now because that was a great little run. And before the race, I was telling people, I said, I usually love the short tracks, but I'd make an exception for this one. But today was a good one. I was very pleased, especially getting turned around in two. And I apologize to Todd Lister for coming down on him there. I didn't mean to do that, but coming from 10th back to second, oh, it makes my day. Makes my week.
That's what I was gonna say. You're an absolute rocket there at the end. What was the? Did you have a little secret sauce, or what was the deal there? What got you that boost?
Pure luck, man. Pure luck. I had a couple of guys spin in front of me. I just happened to find a hole to get by them, and next thing I knew, I was in third, and I knew when we restarted, I was going to be on the inside, so I just hugged onto Mike's bumper and just rode him around.
I don't think you have been able to say that all year, sir, as if there's been an incident in front of you. You have been the unfortunate one to get caught up in it. So, Lady Luck finally turning its corner on you, and you had a lucky one here today. You said being able to get through some of those wrecks is, hey, maybe this is all just good movement here going into the second season of this year.
I hope so. I would have been one of the guys with the green bumper if I'd run Watkins Glen, I think. I skipped it. I shouldn't have done that, and I already promised myself next season I'm running every single race, see if we can't be in this thing at the end.
Absolutely. Well, who do you want to thank for getting it done here and putting it into P2 today, Rick?
Oh, listen, I want to thank Kyle for running this great league. I tell you what, it's nothing but fun. I look forward to Tuesdays and Wednesdays every week. Great group of guys to race with. We sometimes get into it a little bit, but we always wind up shaking hands and leaving friends.
Absolutely. There, the 75 here, putting it into second place here. Congrats, Rick. And like I said, I think this is just good momentum here moving forward into that second season.
Your mouth, man, from your mouth.
There you go. Thank you so much. We'll look forward to watching you in that season finale next week.
Thank you.
We're going to move onward, and we're going to talk to old King Java now. King Java, Mr. Jameson, do you have a copy?
Oh, I copy.
I want to hear the smile. I already read the news in the Discord there. I know you're probably a little upset at yourself for getting into Tanner like that, but hey, you had a car today, that 37 machine out in front all day. You got to be happy with yourself at the end of the day. Am I right?
Yeah. It wasn't a situation I wanted to create. Like I said, Tanner's one of the last people I want to get into like that, but it is short track. Hopefully he understands. I'll talk to him after the race, but just having a car that would be there, in case the situation came up, I'd be up front. That was a big deal today.
Absolutely. There, that number 37 machine, you kept it. It was like P3 the entire race, Mike, up until those last couple restarts, and then you really started pushing. Was that the kind of goal the entire day, was just to keep it up near the front, not let these guys push too hard, and then come the end of the race, really give it a go here, give it the attack?
Yeah, I needed to stay up front. I knew Tanner and Todd was really fast, but the points right now are so close. I don't even think we know how they're going to shake out. But I know I needed to beat Kyle. I needed to be ahead of Dave, and even Tanner I needed to be ahead of. So, just a lot of that was out of my hands, but the best I could do was just be as high up front as I could.
Absolutely. And hey, getting the win, you solidify yourself, and you'll take it, I'm sure. Like I said, it doesn't matter how you take it at the end of the day. You got it there, and you're going to be one of these guys fighting for that title there come next week here at this time.
Yeah. Charlotte's one of my better tracks. I seem to be doing good at the the mile and a half, 2 miles this year. So I'm sure tires will come into play that race too, and we'll see how the points shake out, and we'll see who I gotta fight with.
Absolutely. That's if I'll be honest, if I was going to say that Charlotte sits in anybody's lap the best, I'd say it be between Tanner, yourself, and Kyle Westwood here, as they have had some really good runs, as well as Josh Wong there, all the 4 of those guys. So if it came down to you 4 in the final run, we got a show on our hands here, as all of you guys just very strong at those type of tracks, and we'll see how it all shakes out here next week. Is you're moving forward. That's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, this was definitely the wild card. Martinsville was the wrench thrown in there for me because I'm not usually too good at this track. So hopefully we'll get on to the next week and we'll see how it plays out.
Absolutely there. Who do you want to thank for getting it done here today from Martinsville Speedway, man?
Just everybody. I mean, today was an awesome race. You know, Martinsville, after your race this weekend, you never know really how it's going to go. So I think we had like 5 or 6 cautions. That's really good for Martinsville. So, and obviously thank you for broadcasting and Kyle on the league. You know, all you guys are awesome.
Absolutely. You guys do a good job there as well, as it helps so much when you're calling a good league out there. So thank you so much, sir, for doing what you do out on the track. We'll look forward to seeing you push for that title here next week from Charlotte.
Thank you. See you next week.
He's doing a little jig right now in the seat. He's dancing. He's shaking. Doing what he's doing. Look at that. Mike Jamison taking the win today. Congrats to you, sir, as he's got a smile on his face. Tanner Theus, hopefully we'll see him in that title shot here next week, but we'll update those points on Checkers and Wreckers, so we'll look at that. And if you don't follow Night Shift Racing League over on Facebook, do that as well, as they keep that updated. And thank you, each and every last one of you, for tuning in to CWTV. I am Tommy Boy. Excuse me, I got the hiccups like crazy.